Couples are not talking about money. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's look at this article from Yahoo Finance about half of Aussie couples don't talk about money. Now, this is an interesting topic. Let us know in the comments, guys. Do you and the missus, or do you and your bloke, do you keep it separate? Do you have separate bank accounts? Do you have one joint account with everything, where you just put your bills together and have your own money separate? Rachel and I, it's kind of stupid having it separate because we both have our own business that we run together. So it's all just mushed together. We keep it all together. We discuss money all the time, and we kind of manage things a bit differently. Rachel has the master Excel file, and she focuses on projecting our tax bill moving out to the year forward. I'm looking at building up our investments and keeping money coming in. But she's got an overview of what's coming in, what's going out, and she manages the food budget. If we really need to go cheap, she can go super hardcore cheap. But food is actually the one thing where we're prioritizing quality. And since we're trying to eat a lot of animal and natural products, that's a little bit more expensive. But long term, we'd argue it's worth it. But still, it's been like this for so long. I guess it's different for us because we have a business together, our architectural practice. So yeah, it'd be insane to keep it separate. But I don't understand people not talking about money. That's the one thing Dave Ramsey talks about all the time, about having the finances together as a couple, managing it together, being on the same page. How often are fights about money? That's one of the biggest things. It's about money. So let's have a look. Lads, you need to find a girl that will work with you together to build something up together. I think that's one of the advantages Rachel and I have, is we both got together and we barely had anything and we built up and worked together. Whereas if you're going in a relationship, in your 30s or 40s as a bloke and you already have a house and you're established, it's a lot more dangerous because you're signing up with someone who can get half your stuff and take it away after a year or two. And that's same thing goes for the ladies as well. And now same thing goes for same-sex couples as well. It was already anyway. It was all common law marriages. So let's have a look at this, guys, why couples are not talking about money, because this is really, really concerning. This is going to lead to relationship problems. 1 in 2, half, Aussie couples don't sit down and talk regularly about money. While 1 in 3 say money is a source of conflict in their relationship, new research has revealed. I'm not surprised. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't. Even if you don't have any money, it shouldn't be a source of conflict. When you're working together, when you're on the same page, the problem is people aren't on the same page. I remember as a kid, my father and mother arguing. I remember my father getting the credit card bill and just screaming at my mother, yelling. And now as an adult, I'm completely on his side because I think she bought like a fur coat or something. And she'll get angry for me saying this because she watches the videos every now and then. But yeah, no, I agree with Horst. You were right. But you need to talk. This needs to be a point of discussion. Half of us are feeling stressed about money, according to NAB research, with young Aussies feeling more pressure. Yeah, no. And it's the situation now where both people in a couple need to work. Full-time students, 65%, and young women, 18 to 29, 62%, were the most stressed about money, the survey found, of more than 2,000 Aussies. 1 in 2 young men, 54%, said money was a source of stress in their relationship, while about 2 in 5 young men, 45%, said their partner managed all of the finances for them. So that means 55% of men are not. 2 in 5 young men. See, this shouldn't be how it is. You shouldn't just abandon it all to your wife or to your partner. That's a cowardly act. You need to be involved in it. It needs to be a joint discussion. You can't just abandon them in it. There's some of the real good stories on Dave Ramsey where, the husband just abandons the wife and she racks up all this debt and struggles to deal with it. You shouldn't do it. So Australian therapist Lizzie Abrams said it was important for couples to sit down and talk about money and understand what each other's money habits came from. While money is one of the hardest topics to talk about, particularly when in a relationship, it is one of the most important. The more we understand where our money beliefs and behaviors came from and our partners, the better our relationship with money and each other will be. The research also found 30% of couples had one person who solely looked after the finances with no input from their partner. Yeah, that's terrible. You do not want that. You want at least your partner to have an overview. You want to have a discussion. What's it? The Barefoot Investor. You know, the idea is you have a monthly date, and it's all about a couple working together to do it. And I think that is fantastic advice. Additionally, 36% said they have very different financial goals to their partner. How the hell can you have that? How is that possible? You know, how is that possible? Explain it to me. How are you even in a relationship then? NAB and Abrams have encouraged Aussies to have Money Mondays, where they sit down for at least 45 minutes each month to look at their finances. Yeah, I mean, I'd do it as a date. I prefer the Barefoot Investors take on this, where you go out for dinner and you go through it all. Yeah, you need to do that. We often don't think twice about spending 45 minutes watching TV or scrolling on social media. Oh, yeah, and that's the whole shorts thing. You can burn through 40 minutes like that. Finding the time, be it on a weekend or after work, and putting it into your diary is key. So yeah, well, let's have a talk about this. I think my opinion is pretty clear on this. It needs to, everything needs to go together. It always going to anyway. You need to manage it together as a team. Probably divide and conquer what you want to manage. You know, if it's too much to focus all on yourself. And it doesn't necessarily have to be along the traditional gender roles, but if that happens to happen, so what? Who cares? You don't give a shit about the politics. Just get on with your life and get the shit sorted. But you've got to talk about this. Unbelievable. Or maybe it's just people that are in such a privileged position with money that they don't even need to worry about it. That's the other thing. But I guess that's a world I can't relate to. What are your suggestions, everyone? Let me know in the comments below. I think the Barefoot Investors strategy of having a monthly date is a great idea. Make a dinner out of it. Get an Excel going. You need a plan. And you need to be on the same page. If not, it's just going to lead to conflict. I mean, isn't this obvious? I thought it would be. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and what you do in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out my other channel, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International, for other topics I discuss. And if you're a fan of the channel, you can support us financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now. And talk to your partner about your money. Bloody hell.